Okay, we are continuing with our paraphrases lesson, and we are on the next page, point 39. So that's page 2. They'd prefer to eat something hot, I guess. So, as you probably know, prefer and would rather are very similar structures. They mean basically the same thing, but they are governed by different grammatical rules. So here, they would rather, we need to consider the would rather structure, and you probably remember how these structures work. If not, let's have a look. Would rather, when you connect it to one person, or at least, it's they, so it's not a one person, but it's just the subject, so that there's just the subject, and then you have just one subject, and it's referring to the present or future. Therefore, we need to use the just the infinitive here, bare infinitive. So they would rather eat something hot, I guess. They would rather eat something hot, I guess. And if you don't know the would rather structure, then just have a look at the would rather lesson. There's a special would rather lesson in our channel, so watch it. Our channel has a special would rather lesson. The criminal escaped before the police arrived. When the police arrived, the criminal had already escaped. We have two actions here. We have one action, which is the criminal actually escaping, which had happened earlier, and we have a past simple tense, which is indicating the arrival of the police. So here is where the bandits had already escaped, and here is the police when the police arrived. Past simple, past perfect. Police arrived, past simple. The criminals had escaped, past perfect. I regret I didn't learn languages when I was younger. I wish, and wish here is connected to a past action, and we know that wish in the past needs to be expressed by past perfect. So I wish I had learned languages when I was younger. If you don't remember this one, then have a look at our channel, and on our channel you will probably find you will definitely find a conditionals lesson, and you can analyze this example there. There's a table which is explained, and it explains how to use wish. I didn't eat the chocolate, said Bobby. Bobby claimed he didn't eat the chocolate. Oh, sorry, he hadn't eaten the chocolate. Because here we have reported speech, and we need to go one step back in time. And since it's didn't, then if you go one step back in time, we will have to use past perfect. 43. They showed me the new exhibition hall. Okay, so they showed me. Here we have an unspecified agent, which means we probably will need to use passive voice. So I was shown the new exhibition hall. I was shown the new exhibition hall. I saw the show in London. It will be coming to Warsaw. The show I saw in London will be coming to Warsaw. What a pity. I didn't know you were coming. If only I knew you were coming. If only it's a pity I didn't know. Okay, so we have past simple here, so we need to do past perfect. So if only I had known you were coming. Okay, if only I had known you were coming, according to our table, right? Let's have a look at our wish table. So we have our wish table here. Let's make it a bit bigger. And here we are talking about the past action, and we need if only and wish are the same thing, and here we need to use past perfect because we're talking about a past action. So if only I had known you were coming. Fantastic. 46. No one expected the last guest. The last guest was not expected. 47. I will never meet Peter again, said Joanne. Joanne was sure she would never meet Peter again. So I will turns into I, and will turns into would. She was sure she would never meet Peter again. everyone must listen to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister must be listened to. Must be listened to. So again, a passive form. You shouldn't get on his nerves. You had better not get on his nerves. Okay? Bare infinitive. You had better not get on his nerves. So we're giving somebody an advice, and when we give somebody a strong advice, we want to use the had better structure. 50. May I turn down the radio? Okay, so I am actually the performer of the action, so do you mind if I turn down the radio? Or do you mind my turning down the radio? Do you mind my turning down the radio? Where do you come from, John? Asked Mary. Mary asked where John came from. Mary asked where John came from. Here we are doing an embedded question. That means we need to stick to the affirmative sentence word order. Szyk zdania oznajmującego. I lent Peter my best suit. Peter was borrowed my best suit. Peter was borrowed my best suit. Now let's move down a little bit. Uh, 53. Is there another road to Stuttgart? Asked the tourist. The tourist asked, so czy. Pytanie brzmi czy, so the question is if. And the Polish if is czy. So Polish czy will needs to be rendered by if. The tourist asked if there was another road to Stuttgart. So it's reported speech. So we're going one step back in time, and we need to put if here to render this question as czy. William the Conqueror became King of England. He won the Battle of Hastings. It's in 1066. William the Conqueror, who won the Battle of Hastings, became the King of England in 1066. That's simple enough. My father smokes too much. I think he should stop. I wish... Oh, this is irritating us, or this is something that we think should stop. So I would say, I wish my father would stop smoking. By the way, here we have already the infinitive, so bare infinitive, so we need to say would stop because there's no other option. But that's something we wouldn't like to happen, and that probably irritates us. And we know that if something is irritating us, we can use would with wish. Watch the video, use this table and watch this video describing the use of wish and if only on our channel. There's going to be a storm, said Joe. Joe said there was going to be a storm. There was going to be a storm. Okay, fantastic. So there is going to be a storm. When we do reported speech, we go one step back in time, so we say Joe said there was going to be a storm. John didn't tell me when he was coming back, so I didn't meet him at the airport. If John okay, so this is conditional. And we need to think about what time this refers to, past or present. Didn't tell, didn't meet. So it's both parts of the sentence are in the past. That means both parts of the sentence need to be in third conditional. So if John had told me when he was coming back, I would have met him at the airport. There you go, simple enough. Third conditional. Remember that when we talk about past situation and an alternative of a past situation, we want to use past perfect here, and would have done. 58. Charles Edward Stuart landed in Scotland in 1745. His mother was Jan Sobieski's daughter. Okay. Charles Stuart, who landed in that's a tricky one. Charles Edward Stuart, whose mother was Jan Sobieski's daughter, landed in Scotland in 1945. And this sentence, whose mother was Jan Sobieski's daughter, we need to separate it by commas. Okay, so it needs to be separated by commas. Okay, so this is the first part of this page. So we're gonna stop here. It's already been over 10 minutes. So we're gonna stop for a second, and then we'll continue with the other, with the next page. Okay? Okay, fantastic.